Hi, welcome to lesson 1. As I mentioned in the introductory video, in the end we will be making a pretty complex illustration, but first we actually need to create a lot of separate elements in order to later build up the complexity pretty easily. And today in lesson 1 we will be looking at this kind of simple leaf illustration and how to create it in the most efficient way that I know of course. So this should be the final result for us. So let's just delete it for now and let's start over. First thing, we will be bringing up the guides. So I will just drag out a guide. I will, okay, they are locked. So if you don't have your guides locked, just lock it in place. And what will we do? I just activate the pen tool and I will start building the shape itself. We need only 1/2 for now. Change the color to black. Maybe make it a little bit narrower. Okay. Of course, we are trying to use as little anchor points as possible. Okay, and now I want to actually just add a jagged edge of the leaves. To make the leaf a bit more interesting. Okay. As you can see, I'm not using any special tools here yet. Just a simple pen tool. And I will actually need to go a little bit back and readjust the edge. Right. If you want to be more precise, you can, of course, change it to the outline mode. Just by pressing Command and Y. Okay, and in the end, we want to have a nice and clean path. I'll actually close it for now and then just use the pathfinder to merge those two shapes together. I just created the first one just to have like a reference point for how thick I want the actual leaf to be. Okay. Just a little bit cleanup. Let's go back. Bring up the pathfinder and just unite those two. And now we will actually get to the first efficient part of the video when I want to just copy the left half to the right. You don't want to recreate the entire shape on the other side again. Of course, you can do it with the pen tool if you want the shape to feel more organic and have a little more variety in it. But for me, I want to work as fast as possible, which means I want to copy and reuse as many parts as I can. So what I will do is to use the Reflex Tool in the left tool panel. But you can remember that the shortcut for the Reflex Tool is just O. So if I click O on my keyboard, you can see that here is the little anchor point for the Reflex Tool. So now if I would just copy the leaf, it will reflect around the anchor point. I want to actually reflect it along the axis. So what I do, I will hold Alt key and or the Option key and click on one of the points on the axis. Okay, sorry, there's a mistake. Now I have selected the entire thing. So again, O, click on the X, come on, boom, O, axis. Now we're talking. Okay, what just happened now, it's reflecting along the angle. So I want just to flip it, the shape vertically, make a copy, and here we go. If you're not super precise, like I am not here, you might need to go back, again, switch on the outline mode, and just readjust a little bit the shapes to position it perfectly. Okay, so this is the right one, this is the left one. Lost my shape for a while, good. What about the bottom? Okay, that looks fine. So now I don't actually want to merge the shape yet. What I want to do is first to go to the right half and offset the path a little bit on the inside. So I will go, I think, like 3 pixels. Preview, no, more, we need more. So let's go for 10, preview, okay. Yeah, this is fine. Click OK. And I will just create the white inner part. Can just drag it a little bit towards the center. And now what we will do, we create a bit of shading inside the leaf. So I will create just a little simple shapes. And I will do a couple of them inside the white area. What you could do, of course, if I drag it out by holding Alt and Shift keys, what you could do is to just Alt, Shift, move and copy the object, and then use the Command and D to copy it again. But the problem here is that the shapes will be the same size, which I don't actually want to have it like this. That would be, of course, one option how to do it. But I want to have a little bit of a flow and different size and weight of these objects. So I'll create one like these. I want to have one bigger one here. a smaller one here, and the smallest one up here at like slightly different angles. Okay, so I have like those like 4 basic shapes here, 4 basic shadows, and what I don't want to do is to like manually fill the other shapes in between. What we will be doing is using the blend tool here. So I will select all of those shapes and create a blend. So you can do it just going to Object, Blend, and Make. Or you can see that the keyboard shortcut for it is holding Option Command B. So that will you will use that one. So Option Command B. And now the software filled for us the shapes in between, but it's too many of them. So if we go to Object, Blend, and Blend Options, you can actually lower the amount of steps in between. This is still too much, I think. So what about 2? That might work. Okay, but I'm still not super satisfied with the result. And the advantage of this approach is that you can always go back and just edit the steps of the blend, you know, so it's not like you would just copy the shapes and then if you want to make a change you would have to like readjust all of them. Here I can just go back and like super simple and easy do some changes. Even like rotate this little thing. So I'm happy in the end with the result, which I'm still not. So just a second. I think this is too much. Okay. Go back, rotate it a little bit here. All right. This might be it. And again, we will be using the Reflex Tool to reflect these shadows on the left side of the leaf. So the thing is, if I use the Reflect Tool, again use the Alt key, click here, flip it vertically, and copy. Just to change the color, so I key, I drop the white color. You can see that it reflected pretty nicely, but we have this jagged edge. And what we want to do is to just cut it off on the right side. So we'll be masking the shape out. And I think it's a good idea to actually go to edit, object, and to expand the shape first. So we got rid of the blend, we expand the shape, we can go to object, compound path and make, to be sure it's everything one compound path, and you will have no issues to working with it later. And then use the rectangle tool to just cut the shape on the right so we don't see the jagged edge anymore, like that, I think. So we have our mask basically. We will select the object below and by pressing Command and 7, we'll just create a clipping mask. Readjust the shape, and now we have almost finished leaf. One thing I will do extra is I will just create, by using pen tool, this white shape in the middle. And on the bottom, we will add one more to create more realistic leaf. Right, readjust the points. Sorry. And what you have in the end is pretty simple leaf. You can of course readjust it, see how it works with different kinds of shades. Fool a bit around. But what I want to do next, so we will take it one step further, is to basically create a bit of variation. So I have my leaf. I'll go to Effect, Warp, and Flag, and I will play a bit with the flag option in order to create okay, so what we didn't have is a group, or we didn't have the middle part selected. Warp, flag, now it works perfectly. Good. Nice. Let's actually go to View, Guides, and hide the guides. And as you can see, now we have our leaf with the wave effect on it. So I can actually keep it that way. What I will do is to, if I want to build up the complexity, what I can do is just to Alt copy and Alt drag the leaf to copy it. Go to Properties panel, just readjust the warp effect on the leaf. Rotate the leaf. And you can see that with this, for example, if I take the two leaves, I'll use again the Reflex Tool, mirror it again along the vertical axis, do the copy. Then it creates this weird hybrid, which I didn't want to. So what we will have to do is to go to Object, expand appearance to get rid of the wave or the flag effect, because if you copy it with this like I just did, the flag effect gets applied on the new shape, but along the same angle. So now if I expand the shapes, I can actually pretty easily build up the complexity of the objects. Okay, let's arrange it. So we have this one leaf above. I didn't group it, so just use the magical command and Z. And now with grouped object, I can very easily readjust it. Nice. And as you can see, from now on it gets like really easy, and you can build up like super fast the complexity of your illustrations. You know, and we started with just one simple leaf, and from here on it's up to you how you play with your illustrations, how you use this, and how you build up your own stuff. Okay, that will be all for lesson 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And in the next one, we'll be looking at building more shapes to be used in our final illustration. So if you want to, just try out the leaf for now. I think that's a good start.